And thanks for watching. Joining me now in studio is Marianne Meed, who is the new Burlington Mayor-elect. Congratulations, first off, on the new position.
Thank you.
And I guess the ball's kind of starting to roll. You guys get officially elected in December. And so going back, I mean, this has been quite a campaign that you've been on. Why don't you talk to us a little bit about the experience that you had?
Well, I knew probably for at least a year that citizens were starting to feel very disconnected, very unhappy with decisions that were being made by the current mayor, but also the current city council. And it was mostly related to development, but not all of it was. There was a lot of unhappiness about the New Street cycling road diet that concerned a lot of people. But most of the issues were development. And in the past, it's really been focused on downtown Burlington, which of course is my ward. But this last term of council, and particularly the last year or two, we've seen applications coming in neighborhoods across the city. So this became an issue now that landed literally in people's doorstep, in their backyard, in their front yard. And so they started, to advocate to the city what they wanted to see. Nobody was against development. There's not a person I know out there who says we need to build a wall around Burlington. It was really, I want to have input into the decisions. I want reasonable growth and development, not overdevelopment. And but decisions were being made in that time and leading up to, I'd say, the last year, where it really ramped up with the new official plan discussions, where people just did not see themselves or their vision for the community reflected in the decisions that were being made. And I love serving the community. I've loved serving the residents of Ward 2. I would have been happy to do that for a good long time, but this election showed me, and the issues leading up to it, that the status quo was not an option, that we needed different leadership. I needed to bring more people on council, so somebody in my seat that would help with some of these decisions. And as we saw with the election results, almost everybody changed on council. We had 2 retirements and 2 defeats, 3 defeats actually, if you count the current incumbent mayor. So we have only 2 people out of 7 coming back. That is a very decisive message from the community to council that A, they didn't feel heard, and B, don't do this again. And what I said the night of the election is, you can ignore people in elected office for 4 years minus 1 day. And the day you can't ignore them is election day. And they spoke and they asked for change.
And now thinking, a whole new council coming in other than 2. Yourself, you've been on council obviously now for quite some time. Yeah. But to look at a fresh new council, I mean, you don't see this happen very often in a city. So how do you think that's going to play out, and how do you think everyone's going to jive in those first few months?
I have great optimism and hope for this new team. I know every single person who was elected. I've met them in different community events or settings over the years, and they're all really solid people. They're all very passionate and dedicated to the community, and they had ideas for how they thought the city could be better, and talked to their own ward and put those ideas out there, and they were elected on that basis. So when you look at actually my priorities, the priorities that each of the council members ran on in this election, there's an enormous amount of alignment. There's a lot of similarity, and I absolutely believe that we can do amazing things together, and this will be a very cohesive council because, first of all, we all heard the same message of change. We heard about the same issues. We can talk about some of those. Development was big, traffic and transit, huge. Everybody heard about that. So it's a great time in the city of Burlington. There's a willingness to work together.
And I mean, just quickly too, it's amazing now moving forward, looking at, the top leaders are all women.
Yes.
So
first time in a very long time.
First time, yeah, which will be very exciting to work with everyone as a female kind of powerhouse.
We had, the last time we had a female mayor for Burlington was 1977 to 78. It's 40 years ago. This hasn't
Wonderful.
happened. So, you know, what's been really neat for me is to see how young women are responding to seeing a woman in this position. And I can tell you there are young girls and young boys too, but a lot of the girls will stop me on the street or come up to me and say, you know, I'm just so excited to have you as our new mayor. And, you know, Tara Sloan, when she came into town for hometown hockey, we were talking about this and the importance of women being in non-traditional fields. And in politics still, in Canada, only 26% of elected officials are women. It's still a male-dominated field. And she said that she had heard a quote once, if you can't see it, you can't be it. And what she meant was, and what the person who said it meant was, when somebody can see themselves in an adult, in a mentor, in a role model, they can aspire to be that. And so that's a really nice thing that I wasn't expecting, but it has come since the election. All the young folks, but particularly young girls, who say, I can be the mayor now, and they can.
Wonderful. Well, you heard it here, and for more information, of course, they can contact you as of December 1st, moving forward, that council will be elected officially as of December 3rd, and that will take place at 6:30 p.m. at the Burlington Performing Arts Centre. For more information, you can head to burlington.ca. Thanks for joining us.
It's great. I really hope everyone can come out on the, it's open, it's free, there's no tickets, so we'd love to see people out.